All these things you're hearing about affordable housing is really a big scam.
The affordable housing thing that is being pushed for so much by the Ruto's administration could be a very grand scam in waiting. First and foremost, how does something costing to the tunes of even over 2, 3, 4,000 be affordable to a person who is living in the ghettos? You know, there is nobody who is always happy living in ghetto or living in an undignified kind of life. And the government is actually using these as a campaign tool. Maybe somebody might ask, what do we really want as Kenyans that we are not seeing the Ruto's administration doing? It is the untruthfulness or the lies that are being peddled by this regime. Now, the Ruto administration, let's say, is not there. You, other the government says, hey, when we were in the opposition, we told you not to purchase these houses. But you went ahead, paid deposits, but now that is public land. And you see each and every government has a way of doing its things. Now, when you are evicted in those houses, what will you do? Maybe you are an investor who went and bought that whole unit. You want now people to rent them. What will you do? When you go to court, they'll tell you, under this ruling, we did say these title deeds could be revoked. Can't you see it is a way of this regime trying to amass wealth in a conmanship kind of style? But because psychophancy is riding over, most Kenyans sometimes don't see whatever we are speaking as if it holds waters. We have been lied to for so much until lies is becoming a second nature and we are accepting it as if it is so normal to lie. Even when a leader openly lies, it becomes so open. Just ask yourself, after Ruto's administration, what next? These things that you see, SHA, and right now, for instance, in SHA, there is no option for lipa pole pole. Personally, I've experienced it. I've tried registering persons, and whenever it gets to payment, when you click the lipa pole pole stuff, it doesn't operate. You only pay per year. Like if it's 600 per month, you have to pay 7,200. Now, this is a person who, one, is not employed, two, is not even self-employed, three, this is a person who is sponsored, meaning this is a person who receives donations, like goes to the streets there, get 50 bob. Somebody helps him with 100 bob. And even the kind of house the person is living is a shanty, a grass-thatched house maybe, 0 acres of land for tilling or for farming, doesn't own any livestock. Then this is a person you want to pay like 600 bob per month, a full year 7,200. This person barely gets food to eat. This person lives below the per capita per income. And when we say these things, people feel like we are just hating on Ruto's administration. No, this administration is conning us. They are doing everything they can to siphon money from Kenyans, all Kenyans, whether poor, rich, medium class, whatever class you are. This government is minting and squeezing money from you. President Ruto says that they want to be like Singapore. But let us be honest. The Prime Minister of Singapore, do you know what that person did to make sure Singapore is in that space that they are? That man even jailed his relatives, blood relatives, who are involved in corruption cases. Do you think Ruto is ready to do that? It is this same president that has employed people who have been accused of drug peddling or running drug cartels in the nation. We have William Kabogo, the CS for ICT. Right? And many more people who have been charged with corruption cases who are now working as CSs in Ruto's regime through a word of loyalty. And that is someone who is telling you that he wants to make this country look like Singapore. We might be sick, or we might have been infected with an inferiority complex, whereby we feel we are so inferior and these leaders are so superior that whatever they tell us, it is them who deserves it and we deserve nothing. A bedsitter unit, you're being told that is 3,500, for instance. And you are going to pay this for 30 years for you to own that house. Now, a typical family is set up, man, a wife, and children. It's never ideal to be in a single room. Let's get that straight. Now, these man will be having kids in these houses. And by the way, let us put it this way. It's not like you're starting life at 0 years to get in there. Maybe you are at your 25 starting a family if you're so much lucky. Or you are at 30 years starting your family. Add another 30 years on top of it, which is close to 60 years on average. That is when you'll be completing that loan. Now, 30 years. How many administrations shall have changed? And, we have had this affordable housing thing being fought. And by the way, the court ruled that even if you own a title deed of a certain land, which was acquired inappropriately, which the land belonged to the people, they can still claim it and the title deed be revoked. Meaning, even the surety of having those houses as yours is not there. Let's even say that Ruto runs for 2 terms. Ruto is at another 5 years. Now, what next after Ruto? You see, like, Ruto himself has tried to wipe out the legacy of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the Linda Mama. I mean, you understand. I just gave an example. It is the same thing that Kalonzo Musyoka is asking. We need to do better as Kenyans. This is not us. This is not we. It is us to fight for this nation. Affordable housing, share all these. And if you want to get the reality of this, wait until, I'm telling you this thing is a joke. Wait until you try and re-elect William Samoei Ruto into power. And this might happen because I've seen there are so many good people who have the interest of vying for president. Instead of them uniting and producing one person who will be supported by the people or the electorate, they will go their different ways, and that will split the votes. Therefore, we will be having a disorganized majority having their votes splitted, and an organized minority who will put their votes into Ruto's. At the end of the day, you have him re-elected by the minority because your majority has been split. 2 million here, 1 million there. You understand? What is it that we are doing, Kenyans? Let us be focused. Let us open our eyes. Unless we are tired and we want to after all, he's already there. No. Let us not go that route. But someday, there'll be a generation that will be tired of this nonsense. Someday, somehow, there shall be. Give me your take in the comment section below. If you love content of this nature and you're watching from my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Dub Radio. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dub Radio ndio mpango mzima.